Beautiful love story between Elena and David. The meeting that two hearts together. Elena met David on a beautiful Thursday. She was late for work, coffee spilled on her blouse, and standing in line at a dry cleaner when her eyes met his. He looked like he belonged in a different decade. Corduroy blazer, book under one arm, eyes that didn't look away quickly enough. When she left, she found herself glancing back, and he was still watching. The next Thursday, he was there again. By the third week, he introduced himself. David, literature professor at the nearby college. Elena, a junior architect still trying to prove herself. He asked if she wanted to walk instead of talk. They did slowly without agendas. Their connection wasn't fireworks, but gravity. Quiet, persistent, like roots. The love that grew. They dated for a year before moving in together. Their rhythms were different. David moved with careful intention. Elena moved fast, brain sprinting 3 steps ahead. At first, their differences complemented each other. He slowed her down. She pulled him forward. They found beauty in building a shared life. Grocery trips, cooking disasters, lazy Sundays reading. Love didn't always feel romantic. Sometimes it was making tea at midnight because the other couldn't sleep. But they also fought. Not loudly but deeply. Elena was ambitious, restless. David liked the safety of routines. She wanted to chase a project in Chicago. He didn't want to leave Boston. When she got the offer, she turned it down quietly. She told herself it was a compromise. But it left a quiet crack between them. Cracks and choices. 2 years in, Elena's mother got sick, fast and terminal. David sat with her through hospital nights. He didn't try to fix the pain. He just stayed. That's when Elena realized what love looked like in the hard light of real life. Someone who holds your coat, your hand, your grief. After her mother died, Elena changed. Not all at once, but deeply. She didn't waste time anymore. She took risks at work. She pushed boundaries. She wanted more from life, from them. But David stayed the same. He was kind, loving, but still rooted. One night, she asked him bluntly, "Do you think we're moving forward?" He was silent a long time before answering, "I think we're holding on." She moved out the next week. Part but not unraveled. The next year was strange. They didn't talk, not really. Texts on birthdays. A book left at her door once. A voicemail that ended with, "Hope you're okay." Elena traveled more. Dated casually. Found brief sparks but nothing that stayed. David kept teaching. Took a sabbatical. Wrote a book she didn't know about. Until she found it years later in a second-hand bookstore. A chapter named Thursday. She read it in the aisle, sitting on the floor, crying quietly. Love, revisited. They saw each other again at a wedding. Not planned. No warning. For years had passed. She wore red. He wore that same corduroy blazer, older now, softer. They talked for 2 hours at the bar, like no time had passed. But everything had. They were different, but not broken. This time they didn't rush. Coffee became lunch, became weekends.
No promises.
No grand declarations. Just 2 people choosing again to try. 6 months later, Elena got another offer, this time in San Francisco. David asked, "What do you want?" She said, "I want to grow, but not without you." He smiled. "Then let's grow together." Together through. They moved west. Life wasn't easier, just more honest. Some days they barely saw each other. Deadlines, lectures, groceries, bills. But they kept talking, kept choosing. When they fought, they didn't walk away. They stayed, fixed the cracks, let light in. When David's father passed, Elena held him through the night. When Elena's firm collapsed during the recession, David picked up a second job tutoring. They got married quietly on a Tuesday.
No guests.
Just vows written in a coffee shop. David said, I don't believe in soulmates, but I believe in this. In choosing you. Every time. Elena just said, me too. A love that lasts. True love, they learned, wasn't about perfection. It wasn't constant sparks or big gestures. It was staying, growing, adapting, repairing. It was David reading her draft proposals even when he didn't understand them. It was Elena checking his papers for typos even when she was exhausted. It was quiet dinners, messy kitchens, mismatched schedules, and still always showing up. They weren't everything to each other, but they were home. Love didn't save them. They saved each other over and over until love became not just what they felt, but what they built. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed the love story. Subscribe and hit the bell to receive the latest. I wish you true love.